What do you say there, people? How we doing today? We're recording our 6th episode. I just want to briefly touch on that the long anticipated Mr. Gorman episode 5 is playing now on our YouTube channel. Please make sure you subscribe, you watch, you share. You keep us moving in the right direction. With that said, we're going to jump right into episode 6. Johnny Herman's my boy. Good to be back at the table with you. What we got, pal?
I don't know, man. We got an overpouring support group now, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm talking every single day. I'm getting more and more in my inbox, and the comments keep on coming, and they're 99.9% good.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
I'm thrilled, man. I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
I mean, I expected us to have fun.
Yeah.
And we're having fun. Every day it's like Christmas, like I said before.
I'm with you. I didn't expect it to take off like this, and I am so grateful. I mean, it's great. I hope it goes even bigger, even more. The support is great, man. Thank everybody. These people, and it's not just Gloucester City either.
No.
So,
let me touch on that. So anyway, I got my son's master sergeant is from Wisconsin. He's watching it now.
Nice.
We got people all over.
Germany.
Yeah.
Shout out Georgie Roselle.
That's right.
Yeah, that's great. So what's on your mind today, pal? What can we bring to the people, so to speak?
Man, I got so much stuff.
I
don't even know where to start.
No. Start.
So let's talk about. So I would, have you ever done a cleanse?
You stick something up behind me?
No, cleanse. we know you stuck something up behind you, but listen. I mean, every once in a while, when you're wiping, I guess a finger slips through or something, and something happens.
I ain't no amateur.
Oh, hey.
Call me
a horse farmer. Hey. No, but anyway. So, I'm getting a little round here. So I said, you know what? Let me start. I want to do something. So I was going on some other. I don't know if I'm allowed to say their station. So anyway, I went on something, and it was on on the internet. And it said to do this certain cleanse. They should tell you what happens during the cleanse.
Oh.
So I went to my doctor's for a normal appointment, and the place is packed. They only have that little single bathroom. Took the cleanse in the morning. I'm like, I felt actually great. I'm like, this thing's fucking great. Drank my coffee. They didn't tell me with the coffee and the cleanse. It's kind of it's a time bomb. So let's just say it hit me when I was in the bathroom, and they said, John Herman. I said, hey, can I hit the bathroom real quick? They said, yeah, no problem. Dude. Whew. So this thing hit me so bad. You know when a girl puts like lipstick on and goes, I guess? That was my ass, well, I guess. Dude, this thing just opened the frig up. And that was it, dude. I'm not lying. I started like doing the water. I'm sitting down. I'm turning on the water. I'm turning on the hand machine. I don't want anybody to listen to me. I'm like, this thing was bad. It was like Shipwreck in the movie, like when he's standing up. I was like, dude, this is bad.
Did you walk out to a standing ovation?
So hold on. No, but then this one lady, it goes like this with eyebrows. You're like this, and she knew it. So anyway, there was somebody waiting to go in there.
Oh boy,
bro, you want to talk about the walk of shame? So I finally walk back there. I'm like, oh man, that poor person, boy, their hair's standing straight up. I know it.
Yeah,
I know it. But anyway, so in there they tell you. I know I don't want to sound weird, but they tell you you're gonna have different stool movements, right? I'm like, I literally shit out a prehistoric animal, dude. This thing looked like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Is it Rex?
Well, it could
be.
Is that
the one with the horn?
Maybe
Rex. This thing even had the horn. Maybe it had the fingernails. Maybe it had the tail.
Maybe the T-Rex's cousin is called TX.
Dude, this thing even had the tail. It had the tail. And I'm not, dude. I was just like, something ain't right. But I'm going to tell you right now, I felt like $1 million. I felt like I already lost weight, which I did. And I felt like my pipes that needed to be cleaned for years have rotor.
I know the lady who went in after you didn't feel like $1 million.
I don't care about her.
Yeah.
No, I actually do. I was very embarrassed. I ain't gonna lie about it. I really was. I was like
that. Was that a local doctor or?
I'm not going to say.
Anybody I know?
I'm not going to say. I can't. I don't want to say because in case they start talking about me, I don't want to.
Well, I want to know if I can go in the office, the same doctor I go to, if I can start talking about
it was. I go to Cooper Physicians in West Effort.
Oh, I go to Gloucester.
Is Dr. Herman still there?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Dr. Penberthy, shout out, is my doctor.
Well, Dr. Michael Taylor's mine, and that day he didn't have to do nothing up my ass because it was so clean. You could whistle zippity doo.
I don't know if it was because it was so clean, but he had heard you in the bathroom, so he said, "I'm going nowhere near that."
There was nothing left. Nothing was left.
Well,
there was not even a. Not, I don't even care if there was a pea left.
He's not going near it. He's not going.
But anyway, I don't mean to talk about shit, but it was kind of something. I feel better though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've only been doing it for like a week.
Yeah.
And I feel better. It's kind of weird.
So getting off subject.
All right. And talk about the same old shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You ain't lying there.
That might have been the old shit. The old shiz.
Jesus. Yes, we do have a live audience here with us today.
Yes, we do. Just to let you know, our
Burbank, California.
Yes, our producer's laughing his ass off. But that's okay.
But just going back, like you said, to all those comments and all, and we keep saying we want all comments. Good, great, okay comments, and we want constructive criticism. I haven't had to talk about anybody because nobody's been mean. But we look at everything, man. We look at all the comments and we take into consideration.
We do. We had one negative comment, remember I told you?
Yeah.
So,
and it wasn't terrible.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. So on one of my and I'm going to apologize because I think I should. I just want everybody to know that we listen to everybody. So, we were talking about Little Hair. And he's, by the way, what an awesome man he is.
100%.
And his family was great. Everybody, cousins, everybody. We know them all, and they're great people. So it was just a thing of like, everybody knows Little Hair is tiny. So that's just one of the things.
Yeah.
But I had mentioned the word midget, and I will never do that again. Because in our comments, there was one person that said, I had like 50 people say, "Oh, well, I'm tiny. It doesn't matter." I put our podcast on like an independent thing so that we can
reach more people.
Somebody and plus I wanted people to to see how they liked it, other than just the people around us and who subscribe now. And it was a way to get other people. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I wanted to find out how we are. I critique myself like we all do. You know what I mean? You want to know how good you are. So, and anyway, there was 50 great comments from small people, and they'd like to be called small people, not midgets. But the one guy that he turned around, he was small. He says, "We are midgets, and I don't care. Don't bother me." But anyway, I want to reach out to the one person that did offend, and I'm saying I'm sorry, and I will never say that again. Just so that, I want that person, because he is watching, and I want him to know that we listen to everybody.
We read all the comments. We take it all into
and we're not rude. We're not rude. We're not obnoxious. We're not going to be.
Right.
We're going to be who we are, which is gentlemen, always. And we do this thing to humor people.
Yeah.
To make them feel good.
Yeah. And listen, all that political correctness stuff, we've talked about it on a couple different episodes, man. Times change.
Yes.
And again, not to be offensive, that word we used, we had some friends back then at home with our groups, and it was okay. So it's not okay now. We don't know. Like we've said, we're not scripted. We just talk and tell stories and base it on our lives. And but without the communication from the people, without saying, "Hey, great show, but don't call me that." We want to see that type of stuff.
I'm actually glad they told me.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I didn't know it was offensive, and if it was, I apologize.
Yeah,
and that's
we
leave it at that. So, but anyway, it goes on to a different thing. Like what do you do for football? What do we call when we play football? What did you play?
Midget football.
Okay, so what do you do? Take away midget football? Do you take away the signs? What do you do?
I think that might just be a Gloucester thing because everybody else calls it Pop Warner.
Well, then guess what?
What are we going to call it? Pop Google?
Yes, I would. I would, because that's great.
Who isn't a small person, but he ain't big.
No, he's definitely not.
He's about 3 inches taller than Harry.
I'll tell you what, though, his legacy is way bigger than what he is.
Woo!
Oh my God, I'm telling you, he's funny as hell. Look, if you, a lot of our jokes, that we say,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of our one-liners and all, basically come from the Kogels and
Yeah.
Papa Herms, people like that.
Yeah.
That all those older generation people pass it down to us.
Oh, that's 100%. Sitting at
And
the
I used to,
campground, sitting at the sporting
when we
events,
used to
listening
sit
to
at
these
that
guys.
campground and listen to my dad and Pop talk.
Yeah.
They were 2 inches from each other, just
Screaming.
laughing, drinking, and it was fun.
Oh, fun. All we
I
did
wish
was
we lived in a great era, man. I wish
Yeah.
we could go back to that.
you know, and that's why I'm so appreciative how we brought up our kids,
Yes.
because when guys like us are together and we're at one another's house or something like that, our kids now do the same thing. They'd rather sit with us and listen to our stories like we did with those guys.
And you know what? Those and I knock my kids. I say, you know, that generation, what they call it, Z
Sure.
now. What's it?
I
Generation.
do don't know.
I'm so old.
I didn't even know the alphabet.
They're out of alphabet.
Yeah, I didn't even know the alphabet.
So anyway, there is a lot of kids today that have that. Hey, don't say this, don't say that. But it seems like our kids are well rounded.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for that because they're old souls. Like I said in the last show, they're an old soul.
Yeah.
They think like we do.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of them for doing that because it gives them an open mind.
But you know what? Especially with everything going on today in this world, and like I said, you know, with different views and the far left, the far right, the in between, I say that's a kudos to guys like us on how we raised our kids. Not to think one dimensional, think outside the box, right?
Yeah.
You can like more than one thing. You don't have to be a follower, right? Which I taught my kids from day one.
Oh, don't.
Be that leader. Don't be that follower. Let them want to do what you want to do.
That's right.
Right. And I think it benefited by us raising our children like that, and even our nephews and nieces and things like that, right? Because they're all just like that. Like you said, they're all old souls.
100%. 100%.
Right? Especially our two nitwit youngest, so to speak, Dalton and Kirsten. Jesus Christ, I called her Kirsten last time. Dalton yelled at me.
Well, I'm surprised she didn't yell.
Yeah, well, I'm not going around your house for a month or two.
But anyway,
Because she'll cold
what
cock
else
me.
is going on, man?
Nothing. I want to. I know we agreed to do things a little backwards that we started last show, but I got to give a shout out right now to my beautiful, wonderful 6-year-old great niece, Olivia. Happy birthday, dear.
Oh, yeah, happy
Uncle
birthday.
George loves you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I love her too.
She got a big birthday present. They took the kids to Disney.
Oh, nice.
So they just got back. But today's her birthday, yeah.
I was going to touch on a Disney story today.
Yeah, hit me with a Disney story.
So listen, not all the stories that I'm going to tell, because I like telling stories, but I feel like I'm the like modern day fucking Teddy Ruxpin. But anyway,
Well, I know you got a button on your stomach.
no, no, but anyway. So I worked with this kid, Jimmy Richards. I'm putting his whole name out there. I don't care. Because Jimmy Richards was the funniest dude I have ever met in my life. And I'm going to tell you right
That's
now.
saying something. We know.
Oh, no. Wait till you hear the story.
We know a lot of fun
And
people.
when I tell the story, I'm going to switch my chair around because I got to give you the whole gist of this thing. And I'm going to make sure I'm in the, so you feel like you're there. It's one of the, and it leads right into another story from Jimmy Richards. 2 funniest stories I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my God.
So I couldn't even look at this. Did you ever, Tommy Nonamaker when we saw Nons? No, all kidding aside, you can look at him and laugh, right?
100%.
It's like one of those dudes where you just look at him and laugh. Jimmy Richards had that same kind of dry humor, but fucking funny.
I don't know that name.
He worked at the jail with me. So anyway, check this out. So he said he was going around, I don't know if it's Epcot Center, one of those parks around there, the theme parks, who knows? But, and all the jail guys know this story that work there now, and like the older heads like myself, they know this story. And I know I'm going to relate to them on that. Because he told us this story, and we would make him tell us the story all the time because it was just
so funny.
Oh my God. So they had reservations to go eat dinner at like say 6 o'clock. They waited in those long lines getting in there.
Yeah.
So they were in this one line. It said like an hour and a half, but they all wanted to do it. It was like one of those virtual roller coasters. So you get to make your own on the computer, and then you put the disc in there, and then you sit in the chair, and then it does what you can. what you did.
Wait, I'm confused. Is it a roller coaster or eating dinner?
No, listen to me.
Okay.
They have dinner planned at 6 o'clock, but they're going there beforehand.
I'm a little slow.
No, it's okay. You ain't slow. You're stopped. But anyway, you might be going in reverse. I'm not sure. But anyway.
Who don't know that?
No,
yeah,
so,
I'm in your dad's car.
You ain't lying. I ain't gonna lie. I saw people. I saw people in walkers pass us.
Oh, who don't know that?
No, but anyway, you gotta hear this, Dalton. It's so funny. So anyway, the guy said he had an hour and a half to get to dinner. He had to get a shower and all, go home afterwards. But he really wanted to go on this thing, and all the kids and the whole family had their that was how they wanted to end the park that day. It's the funniest thing. So anyway, they didn't have time to get up there to do this thing, and they're like, I'm sorry, kids, I don't think we're going to make it. So this little kid was on there, and he goes, oh, you guys can have my desk. And they gave him the desk. And they said, oh, you sure? The little kid's like,
boy.
Yep. So they have things on there where you push flip, turn, roll, whatever, right?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know the virtual thing you're talking about.
Oops, hold on. This is the funniest part.
We did that.
So they're all happy. They strap in the whole. I got to sit down like this. So they strap in. They're in this roller coaster seat like this. Wife's over here with her purse. 2 kids in their back. They're all like this. They're all happy. All of a sudden, Dobes, he said this thing starts out. He's like, he starts doing twist, and then he said that little motherfucker had his button on the flip 89 times in a row. He goes, I was so fucking sick. He goes, I was so sick I couldn't even help my wife. I was like this. I was like, help yourself, dude. And he said, all he kept on doing is like, but he would do it like 100 miles an hour. He said the kid had 50 flips in a row. So that virtual.
This is a little kid who gave him the disc.
Yes. So the little kid just kept on doing flips, and he gave us. So listen. So he said finally the ride stops real slow. He looks over. He's exhausted. He looks at his family. His wife's purse is upside down. He said everything's all over the place. The little kids are throwing up in the background. And he's like this. He said he got up, and his glasses were like this. Look. He's like, I really don't care. Because the little kid goes, Mr. Gillick, he goes, come here, you little bastard. And he said it was the worst fucking thing in the world. He said he did 90 flips. He said there's so many flips.
Oh my God.
I was pissing myself when he tells the story. So the next Jimmy Richards story. You gotta see this guy. He's just look at him. He's just funny. And he tells a story like this.
Kind of like a Bill Marshall.
He doesn't smile. Yes. But he doesn't smile.
Shout out, Billy.
He doesn't. Yeah.
Billy's a big fan.
I know. I seen that.
Yeah.
So anyway, the next story is he goes, hey Herms. He goes, so I went to my brother's little kid's birthday party, and he goes, he had a petting zoo, and they had all kind of animals, and the lady had a little spider monkey with her, right? And
she had a monkey with 8
legs. They actually, I'm sorry, no. so yeah, really, a robot. Yeah. So anyway, they had 2 spider monkeys. I'm sorry,
arachnid monkey.
So hold on. So check this out. So Jimmy said he grabbed the monkey, and his monkey was real cool. He put his fingers out there, and the thing's like doing flips around them, and he's like kissing them and shit. And he's looking at his brother across the room, and he goes, Herms, did you ever just know something ain't gonna go right? He said he's holding his monkey. He's holding his monkey. He said, resuscitate. He's holding his monkey. It's like this thing's just staring at him like this. The thing's just staring at him. He's like, so he's backing up like this. He said, this thing going fucking ape shit on him. He said, beat the shit out of him, almost yanked his ear off. He said he was pulling his ear out like this, like pulling it. He's biting him. He's scratching him. He said he couldn't get off him.
He got 8 legs, I guess.
Dude, I had to bring it up. It's
wait.
It might not be funny to you guys, but when you see Jimmy Richard tell the story, and he says, you're already laughing because he goes, yeah. You know when he's staring down at you, and he goes, you just know something couldn't go right, and then the monkey goes crazy.
So what was his brother
staring?
He said
the monkey was actually jacking him.
What was his brother staring at him for?
He was rubber-doking him. He's like, yes. Yo, look up here. Yo, like this, like, dude, I was fucking cracking up.
So what happened? Did he go to the hospital, or wasn't that bad?
No, it wasn't that bad. I guess the trainer comes over, guys, pulling him, and the thing's still yanking on his ears like this. You guys see him tell the story, and he has to run like, so he's like petting him.
Oh
still.
my
He's like,
God!
oh, my poor brother. Oh, I was cracking. I lost it, dude.
That's
it
crazy.
was so freaking funny.
That's crazy. Yeah, I had a good feeder into that, and I forgot I was laughing so hard my head hurts. But on that ride, we actually, what did we do, dog? We done like skydiving or something, didn't we? Or
Yeah, we did skydiving.
yeah, we done sky. And you're talking about guys scared to death of heights, right? Owen and Lisa enjoying themselves. Me, Dalton, and Austin were in them chairs crying, literally crying. We didn't think it was that realistic. No, it was the
yeah, okay.
Yeah. You literally thought you were up in that sky. Then we're going at mountains. We're screaming like little girls. What? I don't know whose idea it was to choose that, but I know I wouldn't have picked it.
Well, I don't know if they still
Because the floor drops out and everything, so you're suspended.
Do they still have this here? I don't know, because I haven't been there in
don't
quite
know.
some time.
I would imagine.
No, but when I went there, they had E.T. So you're riding on E.T.'s bike,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, when he flies up in the air.
Yeah, you did it.
I didn't know I was going to fly.
Over the
I
moon.
didn't know the floor was going to fall out.
Over the moon, Els.
Yeah. So when I'm looking down, and it really, like you said, it looked like I was like.
Yeah, because it's a giant screen. You literally feel like you're doing whatever
Is that
you
crazy
chose.
or what?
That is nuts, man. But I'm telling you. And Dalton wasn't even that old then. Obviously, I think Austin may have been, let's call it 9 or 10 or 11, and Dalton was 5 or 6 or whatever. But the three of us, you thought we were. I didn't think it was going to be that, bro.
So another one of the comments that I got was keep on telling old stories. They said, even because I reached out to the person. The person wasn't from Gloucester. And I said, even though we're not from Gloucester, does it matter? And they said, no. This shit's funny.
Yeah.
They said, if you really did that, you guys are fucking borderline nuts.
Oh, yeah. We've been told that.
So one of the stories, I'm going to tell an old story. So me and Scotty boy.
Scotty Pierman.
Yeah, me and Scotty Pierms. I'm going to put you on blast there, Scotty. But Scotty knows this has definitely happened. So I was going to stay at his house, and our parents used to camp together.
Yeah.
And they knew this. So I went over. Me and him both went over to his house after we went out all night drinking. It was around graduation time, so we're hitting it. So we went over to his house. Door's locked. He can't get in. Sammy's in there. Nobody's answering the door.
Is this Ridgeway?
Yeah, on Ridgeway. So we walked to Jersey Avenue. I said, let's just stay at my house. Go to my house. Usually we got a window open. They're all locked. The doors are locked. Joey's not home. I'm like, I'm stuck. Joey didn't even come home that night. So we see 2 lounge chairs.
Peckham's house?
No, in front of my house.
Oh, okay.
In front, Mrs. Peckham comes in the story. So anyway, there's 2 lounge chairs, and it's like 2:00 in the morning, and we're walking 2 steps this way, 2 that way, whatever. But anyway, we sit in the chairs and we said, well, we're sleeping tonight. So we slept. I'm right on Jersey Avenue, pretty busy road.
Yeah.
So it's a summer night. It's hot as hell. It's like 90 degrees at nighttime. It is hot. So I'm like, all right, when you're drunk, you don't really, know what you're doing, but
Right.
you don't really think about what you're doing. So I took my shirt off first, and I'm like, I'm still hot. I said, you know what? Fuck it. Take my pants off, and I'm in my skids now.
There you go.
And
And let me tell you something. They wasn't underwear like we've been accustomed to the last 30 years. You had tighty whities on.
Oh yeah, back then we all did.
100%.
Oh yeah, Fruit of the Looms all the way. So anyway,
Tighty whities.
My dad said he used to.
Smoking coconuts.
My dad used to say he bought pre-shitted underwear.
Ah,
They were white.
100%. Pre-pooped.
They were white in the front and brown in the back.
Pre-pooped.
So anyway, I did it. Scott did it. He's over here. I'm over there. Let's just say he was over there. I'm over here. We eat in the same fucking chairs. All right. First of all, and then we go to sleep. Now it's like, I don't know, 8:00 in the morning.
Oh, geez.
And it's on a Sunday now. My mom and dad are scheduled to come home. I hear Mrs. Peckham, Johnny! I wake up.
With her beehive.
Yeah. I'm like looking all around. I said, what's up? And they said, well, listen, your mom and dad are coming home in like an hour. She's got to wake up. And then I'm like looking at her, and I can't really comprehend what she's saying because I'm like half out of it.
What are you, Charlie
She
Brown's
goes,
teacher?
she goes, she's smoking a cigarette.
Oh,
She
yeah.
goes, should I say Cabana Boys? Would that be better? Because you're in your underwear. And I said, ooh, you're right. And Mrs. Peckham, I'm really sorry about that.
Well, she didn't mind.
No, Mrs. Peckham.
No, let me tell you something, just because you brought it up. Mrs. Peckham smoking a cigarette.
Oh yeah,
She smoked like Winston Slim's 1000.
yes they were.
And
Put out your hand.
I was just gonna say, put your hand in.
They were that long and brown.
Her husband went out to stand across the street to light it.
They were like a horse turd.
She would be, and she always had lipstick on. She pulled it out, and it looked like gum stuck. There was so much lipstick.
True statement. That's a true statement.
So listen, where were you drinking? Because I got a funny story.
I know it was graduation time, so we were
hitting the party.
We were all over.
It brought back the memories how we used to, our group used to get together, right? Me, you, Scotty, Sammy, Billy, Kenny, all of us, right? And we either ended up at the Civil War Cemetery.
Oh yeah,
sitting back there with Miss Higginbottom's headstone, or Crazy Eights out along the trail, the pipe,
Grandpa Herman was in there,
the trestle, all that stuff. And and I remember one night, we thought we were going to be, all right, listen, so none of us gets caught and gets our ass whooped tonight, because we go and smell like alcohol. And back then, your parents right on you. So everybody's bringing their own little special concoction to eat afterwards. So I'm talking to Billy Ellis, and I was like, I ain't got nothing, dude. He's like, I know everybody's got peanut butter or something. He said, I don't think peanut butter works. So he says, what about this? I'll go grab a couple of them little sandwich bags, put some cat food in it, because that shit stinks. I said, hell of an idea, Bill. So he put cat food in 2 bags. He got one, I got one. So we're walking home, we're all, So I started eating this cat food. Billy starts eating this cat food.
How the hell did you eat cat food?
Half shot in the ass, Herms. Literally ate this bag of cat food, thinking we're golden. Because Squarehead could walk in right before me, blast it.
They don't smell nothing.
Nothing, right to bed. I come in, I gotta have 1 beer. And in fact, this happened at Charlie Harrison's one night. I had 1 beer. 5 hours later, I come home. I woke up on the floor. Oh, punch right in the face. You're drunk. No, not. But so I go home that night. I'm feeling good. Yeah, boy, I smell like a shit house handle on a tuna boat. What? I got home and all I hear is, how much you had to drink? And I said, nothing. Whammo! That's boom, bang, casino. What? Yo, let me tell you something. And then the old man says, the hell were you drinking Boone's for?
Yo, time out. The next day he didn't tell you because he ate catnip. They got him dipped and clipped.
What? I was rubbing up against the ouchies, pissing on everything. Yeah, I told Billy the next day, I said, you're an asshole. That cat food didn't work at all. I got the shit beat out. He goes, what do you think this black guy's from? Pistol Pete punched me dead in the face.
Oh, who didn't know that? I know that was how.
What? Yeah, eat cat food. Oh. And guess what? The guys who brought the regular peanut butter we would bring had a peaceful night sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
We thought we were scientists or something, had a new trick.
So hold on. You remember when we were at the wedding and then after party?
Yeah.
We're talking about us versus them
in
the times. Yeah. You remember when I told you about, I was going to bring this up in our podcast about, did they used to hop cars in the snow?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to tell that story. Well,
please, you must.
Oh, you must. So anyway, I'm hopping the car, and we always used to do it right there at Johnson Boulevard, right there at Martin's Lake, right? So we started there, and we're all, we all got like our little nips next to us, and we're drinking and all.
Yukon Jack.
Stupid stuff back in the day. As a kid,
brandy.
You don't think about about the things that could happen.
Yeah.
And who knows? I mean, we're in Gloucester City when I'm hopping a car. Where do you think I ended up?
Fairview?
No.
Woodbury?
Past Pisker's Diner. Or the bakery.
Bakery.
Pisker.
You held on all that?
I had no choice. My hand was stuck in the bumper.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So you're sitting there like this, right?
Wait.
And then I would hit a dry spot, and the guy.
Oh,
Now,
why?
I hopped the wrong guy because it was two young guys. It was a pickup truck. And if I can't swear to this, Denny Stensman, I swear, I'm sorry if it's not you, but I could have sworn it was you. Denny Stensman and somebody else. And they were smoking in there. They were doing all kind of stuff. And I just got the wrong car. Fishtailing, pull me up on the curbs. I had to hop the curbs.
And guess where you got some of your dance moves?
My legs were so freaking cramped from being like this. Like after I got home, I was like walking home. I was like walking home like this. But anyway, it came to a spot, you know where the main roads that would really hit those heavy?
Yeah.
I had to run across them because my hand's still stuck in there. And he wouldn't slow down. He even went through the red lights. When I tried to wiggle my hand, he went through them. Kept going. And he was like an asshole. Like sliding me like this. So finally I said...
He knew you were on.
Did he know I was on? Yes. So guess what? After a while, I couldn't hold my feet like this no more. I just laid down. I said, I can't get on my feet.
You had to go around the circles and everything.
I went around a Brooklyn circle. I went over the hump. I went over railroad tracks. On my ass. On my shoulder, on my back.
When you went around the circle.
I had no pants left when I got there. No pants.
Again, to the tighty whities.
They should call me right cheek sneaker now because I got my right cheek was out.
Listen,
it was
when you went around the circle, you didn't happen to look over and see your mom stuck in the car again, did you?
No. But this is the really funny part. I mean, so finally, it's not really the funny part. This is where it ended. Like, he pulled over where we play basketball courts, right there. I got my hand out and he goes, "That'll teach you, asshole." And that's all he said. He took off. Now, my ass is scraped up. I got no pants, basically, on my ass. My back and my jacket's off. My hand is bruised up from being stuck in there. Yeah. I couldn't even move my hand for I don't know how long. And then
that explains that night at the basketball game.
Here's the worst part of it. I gotta walk home. I didn't have a dime or a quarter, whatever it was, to call anybody. Yeah. And my buddies, like, I'm sure they were just like, hey, this Herms went home. I didn't go home. They took me on a ride somewhere. Jesus Christ. Is that crazy? Like, it's like nuts. I mean, it's like one of those things. Like, it's borderline. Like, I'm like, I can't believe it happened, but it happened.
But to quote you can't make that shit up.
Hell no. I know one thing. I probably still got a scrape on my ass.
You don't know that. They call them things chaps nowadays, and you still wear them. So. Yeah.
That's right.
That's great. So I'm assuming, was it snowing still?
No, it was already done, but it snowed quite a bit. It was just like it was at the slushy part. You know what I mean?
Back then we had real snow in the winter, and like you said, sleeping. It was hot.
Oh yeah.
In the summer, they were crazy times.
They were crazy times.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I said you forgot. Made me forget my freaking story, but now I got a headache. I can say that from laughing.
Well, we had a father-son trip, right? We had a father-son trip.
Who'd you go with?
The sportsman. Yeah, exactly. I don't know who my father was. So after telling all these stories, I don't know if I want to tell anybody who my father was. No.
There was a comment about how nuts Joe Herman was.
I know.
They want to know what happened to the squirrel, Herms. Like, who cleaned the mess up?
Well, the squirrel wasn't in there.
But you blew the house up.
All we know is we said, hey, we tried to feed a little squirrel. There was probably a guy at the park, trying to throw him a little nut. Hey, you want a squirrel? He's like, hey, it is a nice day.
He couldn't hear. No. But there was a couple comments asking, what? Who cleaned the house up? What happened to the squirrel?
No, there was more structural damage to the house than there was to the squirrel. The squirrel got away.
Yeah.
If not, I just know he can't hear.
Yeah. Probably had to move out.
Well, he did. He did.
No, you.
Oh, yeah.
Too much to reconstruct.
We'll put it this way. My closet door was off. He blew out the window in the hallway. And across from the closet. That door had slats in it. They were all blown out.
Jesus
And my
Christ.
dad was on that side in the
Yeah.
tub, so he was okay.
And you'd never think your dad would do this kind of crazy stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That guy, I don't know if I told this story, and we all know your dad was pretty sick towards the end.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to you, and you were telling me, and I'm like, I'm all upset because this is like an icon of my life,
Oh,
Mr.
yeah,
Herman,
yeah.
right? So you were telling me, you can't drive now, this and that, this and that. And
Just to let you know, he had
Yeah.
he had Parkinson's.
Yeah.
He had Parkinson's really bad. But
Yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
no worries. So Lisa and I go to CVS one day, and I pull up in CVS, and I think I told you this story a couple times. So I pull up next to out front, they got that one handicap right there, and we pull up next to it. And I'm getting out, and I look, I said, "Geez, and I'm just that." Yeah, I thought you said he was sick. I said, "What Herb stole?" I mean, he was one foot on the banana peel, out the other out the
Yeah,
door
he
last
was.
we talked. So I walk around and I open the door. He's trying to get out, and he looks at me, and I'm thinking, right, with Parkinson's and all that, he's not going to know who I am. He looks at me, he goes, "Thank you, Georgie Doberman." I said, "Mr. Herbs, what are you doing?" He says, "Hey, you remember that time you spiked that ball against the backboard in the Christmas tournament in Washington Township?"
He used to tell me that all the time.
I looked at him, when we laughed for a minute, I looked at Lisa, I said, "Herm's like, goddamn liars, that's fun."
Yo, so hold on. So he had Parkinson's, right? So the one time I took him in, and when my mom passed, I took him in, and he had Parkinson's pretty bad. So I said, I went to work, and I come home. I was kind of scared to leave him, but and he was kind of slipping a little bit. So he goes to me. I said, "Dad, what'd you do today?" He goes, "Well, Johnny, me, Muhammad Ali,
Oh, Jesus.
me, Muhammad Ali, Michael J. Fox, and I forget. I think he said Jimmy Stewart because he had Parkinson's too. We were shaking hands for 3 hours."
That's your time, man. I can't remember the look on your face. I think you were on Jersey Avenue.
I was
or
crying.
Market Street at the time, I think. And I remember stopping by after work just so I could tell you this. And the look on your face, when I said, you went, "Wait, who drove him?" I said, "He was driving. There was no one with him." The look on your face, you were like, "What the fuck?" So apparently your dad stole the keys. And I think it was the same car he picked me up in basketball season.
Listen, I'm not lying.
20 years before.
I'm not lying. Remember the push button
Yeah.
car? So we told him not to drive, and he would do it anyway. When he was at the
Apparently
when
he did.
I know. This is when my mom passed, and he was at the seniors' place for a little bit by himself.
On King?
On King Street. So I'm coming down Route 130, and I see, you can't miss that car.
No.
The car's like, I don't know.
I'm telling you, I think that's what he had at CBS.
That car was 18 foot long. So he's going around the circle, and then I see him go around the circle again. I'm behind him.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes around again. And that's what made me think about, hey, kids, Big Ben Parliament.
Yeah.
He just kept going around the circle. So I cut him off and pushed him into the custard stand, where the custard stand was there.
Right down, yeah.
Right next to that gas station. I pushed him out of there. And I said, "Dad, what are you doing?" He goes, "Hey, Johnny, how you doing?" I said, he goes, "I don't know. It's really, really busy here. I can't get over to the right-hand side." I said, "Dad, get in front of me, and let's go. Just go, and if anybody tries to pass you, I'm going to cut them off." And that's what I did. They tried to pass him because he only goes like, no lie,
Oh, yeah.
no lie. I didn't even know a car can go that slow. It didn't even register on the speedometer.
He probably didn't put his foot on the gas. He just let it coast.
So back to my dad. I know a lot of these
He was
things.
still going uphill.
Yes, he was. Oh, what?
I said.
Cecil Turtle went by him 3 times. So I know I keep on flooding this whole podcast with dad stories. It's just one more because it reminds me.
Dude, remember what I said last show?
Yes.
20 years, God bless if we're still doing this, right? There's going to be Mr. Herman stories then.
Hold on. Listen to this. This is the best one. I
I'll be
forgot
the judge
all
of
this. No. So it got to the point where me and Gwen really couldn't we were doing more harm than we were helping him.
Yeah.
And he needed 24-hour care.
Yeah.
So he was in a wheelchair. He couldn't walk. and
Still drove to CBS.
oh no, this is after the fact. This is when I put him in Mount Laurel, not Mount Laurel, Voorhees into a facility over there.
Voorhees is a jolly good fellow.
Yes. So I put him in there, right? And he calls me up. He goes, "Hey, I can really go for a hoagie." And I said, "All right." So I get a hoagie from down here and I drive it up to him, and I'm sitting there. I said, "Dad, he's on the 5th floor." So I go up and I grab him. I said, "Dad, let's go down and we'll eat in the garden." They had a really nice garden out there on the ground level.
Mm-hmm.
So I got him in a wheelchair, right? So he's on the 5th floor. It stops at the 4th floor. This girl gets on, one of the nurses. "Oh, hey, Joey. Hey, Joey." Let me tell you something. You remember Mr. Wexler's teeth?
Yeah. Oh, what?
This long?
Eat corn on the cob through a picket fence.
This girl here was this.
Really?
Hold on. That was the first thing. Number one.
Did you grab her by the feet and rake the yard?
Listen to this. Listen to this. Boy, could I. Straight lying. She had a pair of paddles in there. So,
Shit.
no lie. She had 2 pieces of picket fence, it looked like, sticking out of her mouth.
Jesus Christ.
I never seen anything like it. And listen, I'm not trying to be rude. Well, I know, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it. So anyway, let's just use your imagination. So he goes, I guess. He's looking at me. Now I'm behind him in the wheelchair like this. And he looks back up at me. He goes, "Hey, Johnny, ain't she beautiful?" I'm like, bite my lip. I'm like, uh-huh. Dad. Whew. Cheryl Tiggs.
What?
So he goes, "Oh, look how cute. Is she not beautiful?" I'm like, "Yep." And she's like, "Oh, come on, you say that." Kicking little rocks. You say that to everybody, Joe. No, he goes, "Just you, girl." And then all of a sudden, they stop the 3rd floor. She goes, "I gotta go, Joey. See you." Right? So the doors close. It's only me and him. He looks back at me. He goes, "Shut the fuck up. Somebody had to tell her." You know, yo, I'm holding 2 hoagies. He's there. There's a girl with walrus teeth. There was so much emotions going on. It was so fucking
She was a
funny.
hard worker. You know, her second job was digging gulches for the Red Cross.
Oh, yes. Yes, it was. Dude, so...
Somebody had to tell her.
He goes, "Shut up." He goes, "I know somebody had to tell her." No.
Oh, my God.
Dude, I was cracking up. Dude.
She was probably 8 o'clock on the schedule for him.
So I said, "Dad." So we go down. Now we go. It's just still the same story. So we go downstairs, and I said, "Dad, what do you want to drink?" They had like this vending machine. He goes, "Hey, I really like the Yoo-hoos. Can I get a Yoo-hoo?" I said, "Sure, get a Yoo-hoo." And I said, "I like them too, Dad. It's my favorite drink, and it really is. I love Yoo-hoos, but I got to drink them real fast, so I get 2 of them. I down the first one, the next one I'll sip it." Yeah. So I get 3 Yoo-hoos, and he goes, "Hey, you know what they do with Parkinson's guys, right? We can get paid for this if we really wanted to." And I said, "What?" No. He goes, "Just put it in my hands, guys." He goes, "I'll get the chocolate off the bottom." He was like this. I said, "Come on, Dad." He goes,
that was what was great about your dad. He'd break his own balls, let alone anybody else.
And you know what? And that brings me to another point. Why can't you bust your own balls?
100%.
And this is what I'm saying about today. Why can't you do stuff like this? It's not harmful. It's good humor. It's not to hurt anybody. I mean, I even try to tell people before I say something, it's not to hurt anybody's feelings. And I feel like I gotta say that now.
See, and that's where, honestly and truly, you're a better man than I, because I just say it, dude. I mean, we're too far along in the game. We're not old men, but God, we're getting up there, bro. And I ain't got time to apologize for who I am. You know what I mean? I'm going to say what's on my mind. If I offend you, I'll apologize if I like you. If I don't, I'm moving on.
That's true.
Right?
True story.
Mr. Gorman talked about it. Episode 5 playing now on our YouTube channel. Same old shit. Go view it.
Same old shit.
He said it during...
Same old shiz.
He said the same thing last week during the episode, right? You know, time moves on. Time changes, right? We're just blessed to be around a town, Gloucester people we love, know, where we're changing, right? We realize we got to change with the times, but we're still comfortable comfortable enough to be ourselves. You know what I mean? So I just can't. I think there was a great podcaster. What's his name? Joey Bag of Donuts.
Joey Coco Diaz.
Joey Diaz. God bless you. And
By the way, I'm looking right in the camera. Joey, we want you on our show. Can we please get you on this show?
But he said the same thing on one of his shows. I think early on they were kind of critiquing him for being him, and he said, "Listen, I'm not doing it. This is who I am."
Listen, I hold back to a certain extent.
Yeah, that's why I said you're a better man than me, because sometimes I just say shit.
Well, you know what it is, man. What makes a good pair? You got, like I told you, equal, right? So you're a little bit like that. I'm a little bit like this. We're right in the middle. If you put it
country,
together.
you're a little bit rock and roll.
There you go, bro. No, not me. I'm disco. Buddy.
Donnie and Marie.
I'm disco.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
He's hitting us with puns now.
I'm all disco.
Who don't know that? I seen you goon walk once or twice.
Who didn't like Night Fever?
What? You now.
So I know. I hope the smaller people don't get mad at me again. But anyway, I'm going back to a little Harris story. So this is one of my dad's. This one here, I forgot to tell you last time.
Oh my God.
So he said. He said,
I laughed before you even said. Once you say it's my dad's story,
he said little Harry was so small. He had to grab onto that little army guy with the parachute to get off the kitchen chair. Remember the little toy we used to throw? You remember the little parachute guy?
That was what was great about living on the third floor in my house.
He said that's how he got off his chair.
I done it with the cat one time. Took the parachute off. God rest that cat's soul.
And listen, I was with Vinny the other night at a local watering hole.
Big Vinny Boom Boom Chops.
Yeah, you gotta listen to his thoughts. So Big Vinny says, little Harry used the chopstick from the Chinese place to hop over a puddle. and he did tell me the one with the cockroach and the little stickers to his feet, and he acted like a cowboy, and there was his spurs to a little cockroach. He told me that one too. You told me he was going to tell me that one, and he did tell me that one. So Vinny, I got to tell you, that freaking shit was funny. And listen, Flinny told me not to mention his name. He says, "Don't mention no names on these podcasts. Don't mention no names."
Big Flinny?
No,
little Johnny.
Little Flinny. No, Flinny.
My boy Quince.
Yeah,
love that man.
So,
does he watch our podcast?
No, he doesn't know how to get on it. But I
tell him Highland doesn't have it. He goes home to sleep.
He really doesn't. Another one my dad said was, he says, listen, he goes, little Howard was so small. He said he had to put one of those little mints around his waist when he took a shower so he didn't go down the drain. I'm sorry, that was kind of bad, but anyway, that's what he said. What he said. I didn't say it. It was my dad. My dad.
But see, that's what I'm saying. We can't apologize for the error we came up with, man. Because number one, if we had to apologize, we wouldn't have a podcast to tell these stories because we wouldn't be allowed.
Look, man.
Right?
Look, man. First of all, like you said, don't apologize for it. What are we trying to do here?
Have
we're
fun.
trying to have fun.
Laugh.
So listen, if this show brings you to a smile, then guess what?
We done our job.
We did our job. But in the same sense, this is what we do in your backyard. We do this stuff.
Herms.
It ain't like
So ride the door to Wimper's house. What was the one thing I said when we started talking about this? I said, Herms, I don't want it to be anything but me and you, just like we are right now, driving in this car. I ain't trying to take notes. I ain't trying to take advice. I ain't trying to write shit down. Let's just be me and you. And if that don't work, what did I say?
Yes.
We won't die. And on our deathbed said, I wish I would have done it.
That's right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I hope that we're making a lot more people laugh than we are people upset. Because it's not our intent.
No, it's not.
Right?
None of it's ever to hurt.
We just want, like we said, we started out our first episode saying, we just want to laugh. We want to be me and you, sitting out on the back decks or whatever. Right? And hopefully help people. Once we get to a point where we can help them even more, we'll do that. But we want to spend quality time with one another.
This is a way of doing it. This is one way of doing it.
And we want to tell our stories, and hopefully people, you know what, they're sitting home on a Sunday waiting for
And I
football or
can't.
whatever the case may be, and say, you know what, let me laugh today. And
Know
they
what?
watch our podcast.
You know what's really cool to say though? So first of all, I'll bet you can't wait to podcast day, can you?
No, I
No,
can't.
no. I don't know about you, but I actually I
get
get
so
heart
excited.
palpitation. I get
Yeah.
mad. On the way here, I was like, believe this? Well, actually,
What did I say when we walked in Taco's garage to do our 3rd episode, and 1 and 2 took off so good? I said, I'm a little nervous. Remember? I walked in there, and usually like, what are you nervous for? I said, because I want to make sure we can keep this going and we can outdo the first one and the second one.
how are we going to keep it going now? Just doing what we're doing.
Just doing what we're doing.
And hopefully it clicks with everybody else. Because, like I said, none of this stuff is to be rude to anybody.
No, it's just us.
It's
man.
never no harm being done. It's good old fun. And we, like I said, we truly don't.
It's just all about, like, and I'll be honest with you, like, I'll get home after the show, or like last night, because today we're recording, right? So I get home Friday night, and that's when Lisa and I will watch a couple of our shows. We DVR or whatever it's called, right? We only watch a couple. And she'll say to me, and she says it every week, and I tell her the same story. I don't know what we're going to talk about.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I'm not thinking about it. I'm not planning it. I said, it's got to come off the top of our heads. And
Yeah.
but she'll ask when I get home today.
I know.
How'd it go? I'll tell her good. She'll say, what are you talking about next time? I don't know.
No, I don't know either. And here's the thing though. So everybody thinks like, oh, you're looking at your phone?
Yeah.
No, I'm still getting texts about work.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to answer people as we're talking.
Yeah.
Because guess what? That's real. That's what really happens in life.
Yeah.
So when you got a conversation going on, somebody texts you, this is what you really do.
Yeah.
It ain't scripted. It's
No.
just something we do.
No. Well, Christ, we're about ready to start, and you had to take a phone call in the other room for work.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Always
yes,
a salesman.
yes.
Always a salesman.
You got to, man. I got to
Right.
keep moving. You know, you get older, man.
Yeah.
And, like
So, hey, we pointed it out last week. Gab Pyramid made us a beautiful, same old banner for our podcast. Try to look a little professional.
That's right.
And people have a lot of comments on how nice it is. Great. Gab, thank you so much. That was awesome. And I think it looks great, man.
It does look good.
So we've been talking about possibly some merch, right? We've had people reach out to us about, hey, you do a show for my shop. I'll supply you with your merch. So we're considering all that stuff. I mean, so things are looking up, man.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. About this. So, since we talked about police officers and how we used to look up to them,
Mhm.
a guy sent me like 7 or 8 patches. He wants us to start putting the police
Put them on the
patches.
thing.
So that's what we're going to do.
I don't care.
We're going to start a board with police patches. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm an advocate for police. I don't care what anybody says.
Absolutely.
Listen, we hear the horror stories because that's what the media tells us. Me personally, every time I had an issue with either police, like the other day, I get a phone call. Yeah, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. The fireman came to my house. I'm all the way in Canada getting supplies, and they had to come to my house.
Is that what we're calling them nowadays?
That's right. What's that? Oh yeah. But anyway, the firemen came to my house, and they my alarms kept on going off. So they came to the house. They went around, and I was so thankful of them coming out. They were there in a blink of an eye.
That's right. Cops, firemen,
Everybody in any kind of uniform.
EMTs and paramedics.
Paramedics. Let's talk about this real quick. I got to touch on something. This goes out to, if anybody knows, Dan McGlinchey?
Yeah.
So his daughter, Gab, I'm going to tell you, hero. So Christmas time last year, I think it was Christmas time last year. It was about right around this time. So we have a big Christmas thing at Taco's house, and everybody comes over, we play games.
I don't want to be invited, Taco.
Yes, you don't need an invite. You just walk there, and if you're from Gloucester, you don't need an invite.
Yeah.
You just come over. So anyway, my little niece, she's an EMT, by the way, Gabby McGlinchey. So she had my little niece had something in her mouth and it got stuck in her throat. No hesitation.
I remember. Yeah.
Hold on. Everybody tried to get this out. We could. It was wedged. Nobody. I mean, sticking fingers in everything. she was so calm and so professional, and the way that she did that, I I I I like, no lie, no lie. I feel like breaking out in tears right now because what is your granddaughter, you know? And I get chills because I'm so happy for her that she had the proper training and she knew what to do and did it.
Right.
Stepped right up and got that out of the baby's mouth. And to me, she got recognized by Camden County, but I think she should be on a higher pedestal.
Sure.
You just go nationwide. Go put on a talk show. That girl did something that was freaking amazing. So Gabby McGlinchey, I am so
100%.
thankful for you.
Yeah.
You are a true professional, and your peers ought to be so happy for what you have done for you,
Yeah.
for them.
And guess what? This is what her and others like her do every day.
Every day, man.
Every day.
Every day.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
So what I'm trying to say is, if somebody makes a phone call, and those people are there, they're just there, and thankfully, I didn't have to make a phone call. She was already there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's a professional, whether she's on a job or off the job. And that's what I'm trying to say. And that's like even policemen. There's people that step up and stop people every single day. That's not even in uniform that day. Might be going to the store getting the milk that somebody's getting robbed.
Right.
They're there and they know to jump into action. They know what to do. Their training takes over and they do it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. We wouldn't be in any type of good spots as a community, as a country, as a state, as a city, without our cops, our firemen,
all these
our
guys,
EMTs, paramedics,
yeah.
our military. You know what I mean?
Yes.
These people are 1 in a billion, literally, if you combine them all. And it's great. I mean, that's what they do. And they are taken for granted. That's the key. And again, just thinking of the world nowadays, they're quick to blame on different levels, all kinds of stuff. And everybody, hey, stop and say thank you. Just find a fireman, find a cop, find a paramedic, say, hey, thank you.
So the other day I was coming from the warehouse. I sell Mario's ciders, and fruit and all that stuff. So I passed a cop and I did a U-turn, and he like looked at me because I probably wasn't supposed to make the U-turn there, but I did, and he didn't stop me. But I went back to the warehouse, and I said, you know what? It was kind of hot that day, and he was perched up, and I went back and got some ciders for him. I pulled over. He was sitting in this little farm that's abandoned. I pulled over and I gave him some. He was so thankful, man. And he was like, man, that's awesome. And it made him feel good. He said to me, you made my whole friggin' day. I said, no. I said, you know what? You make my whole friggin' day.
Yeah. Because people don't do that type of stuff enough.
I don't feel like they do. I think we got away from that stuff. But you know what though, man? Look, who knows? Maybe our podcast will bring it back. You can only help one person at a time, brother. You help one, and it passes on, catches on. It's like a good disease to have.
I said it in a couple ones as well as last one. Right? It takes a village, not just for children. It takes a village.
It does,
to be there for one another, not just the kids.
It does.
But for everybody, man. Smile, say thank you, good morning, hello. We talked about it a couple times. It's great. So I think we got some plans, right, to record another episode right after this one to keep it coming, right?
We do.
So maybe we close up on this one, take a short break. I don't know about you, but I'm old and diabetic. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, me too.
Let's shout out some of our main supporters, man. I'd like to start with little Chowie Claire, because with Joe's show last week, I think I forgot, but listen, Chowie edits our work, helps us with the equipment. He's there for whatever we need on this. Chow, can we do this? Absolutely.
In the middle of starting a business.
Starting a business, which grand opening today. He had a soft opening I talked about a show or two ago. His grand opening today for his business, which is, if you can see that or not, right? Aces in Woodbury. I stopped by there on the way here, and let me tell you something.
And what do they do there, dude?
So they're not into apparel like the signed autograph shirts and pictures. Listen, the sporting cards, baseball, football, all that stuff has made and is continuing to make such a big comeback to where it was in the 70s and 80s with us. probably bigger. Charlie has been into that type of stuff his entire life. He works for a shop. He helps us, right?
Okay.
He is part of this team.
Yeah.
And he just opened his own business with a couple
It's
buddies.
amazing.
And they sell any type of sports cards.
Okay.
And they sell the card protectors. They even got what was the big name when we were kids?
Tops.
They got
Dunross.
They got Tops. They got all that stuff.
Bowman.
They sell the
Fleer,
box. Yeah, they got all that stuff now. But we used to get Tops cards, and you buy a pack of bubble gum and 5, 6, 7, 8 Tops cards, right? But Charlie Claire, Peachy, those guys over there, and they're let's go out and support them, man. Let's go out and support them. It's a nice little thing. The local boys.
All small business. And let's go back to the original ones that we started from. And like, listen, I don't have enough of you guys telling us what you guys want us to. We will talk about your business.
Yeah.
I want to hype you as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about the ones that do, they do reach out to us. Like Richie Dolson's place, like Holy City Public House. That's a bar in Gloucester.
Sorry, Rich. I still call it the tavern, man.
We all do. Yeah. We all do. Great wings, great food, good service there. Dutch's place. We got
the Bank Bar. Dutch has been a big supporter. Everybody probably knows we done last episode with Joe Gorman at the Bank Bar.
Right.
And we'll continue to do shows from the Bank Bar as long as Dalton wants us there.
You got your Arts Deli on Broadway. Go there. I just tell
Heritage.
Dobes, by the way, I just had a chicken cheesesteak from there. Like I never had their hot sandwiches. Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
Their regular cheesesteaks, unbelievable. So packed.
Oh, it's so good.
So packed.
They got really good stuff there. So anyway, you got Arts, you got Farmers and Bankers, that one that we started out. I'm going to keep on shouting them out because they were
It's
gracious.
a nice spot.
They were gracious enough to
give us our starting
show, and I will always remember that, and I won't forget that.
1000%.
Yeah. So
you got Monarch Painting, Kevin Kane, the Jet, LG Painting, Larry Google, my cousin. All the guys do great, unbelievable work. I bring them both up because I love them both.
Yeah.
But they're both so good and they're so busy. And again, like our show, that comes from the people supporting them. So give them a call. You need any painting needs done? Hey, maybe Larry's booked up. Kevin will help you out, or vice versa, whatever.
Mainline Construction.
Celtic Concrete with Owen.
Yep.
Any concrete jobs, he does big and small.
I'm going to give Zally ShopRights a shout out because they sell my produce in there, along with Johnny's Teas, and also our ciders.
Nice.
MC Farm ciders.
Nice. Where can you find the Zallies at, Herms?
There's like 14 stores, so you would have to look online. I know one is in Swedesboro. I know that one.
One's in, what's that, West Effort?
Yeah.
Woodbury Heights?
There's actually one in I'm trying to think. I don't know them all, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
there's just so many. I know that I drop off one spot and then they distribute.
They distribute, right?
Yeah,
right. And a big one we don't want to forget, because this show will air, and I believe it's the second or third time we've been pushing this. This show should air before it comes out, but is the Mark Ryan 5K walk and run. It's big for Gloucester City. It's big for the Ryan family. It's big for all of us. It's a great program. Please go out and support Herman. What's the info on that? November 16th.
It's November 16th. You can sign up at 8:00 at the VFW in Gloucester City on Burlington Street.
Yeah.
At 8:00.
Across from the Sportsman?
Yeah. And then it actually starts at 9, I believe, right. 9 or 9:30, and then it ends up at right near the Bank Bar and the Gloucester City Fire Department.
Yeah.
On King Street.
Great thing, great family, and a great American hero who we can do things today because of Mark and guys like him.
Yes, I feel a lot safer because of his sacrifices for us.
And man, a hell of a football player.
Oh man, unbelievable.
I hope I didn't forget nobody.
And that's one of my main things. I always feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but to our families, man, we got some great families, and
100%.
they give us a 100%. Boost, and your son and Jess,
helping out behind the scenes.
Yeah, they're behind the scenes, and we even got a hype man today.
Yeah, Crazy Kev. Kevin
Crazy
Radlinger.
Crazy Kev's going to be like that guy. Like, we need him on the set.
Maybe
I think,
maybe nuttier than his old man was.
I doubt that.
Oh.
Now, you know what, Kev? You might
sit out back drinking some beers with him while he smokes. Nuts.
Oh, yeah. These
Try
guys.
calling Crazy Kev. And it's crazy with a K, not even a C, dude.
Well, yeah, these guys. No, you ain't lying.
Yeah.
By the way, these guys are like the modern day Cheech and Chongs.
Oh, who don't know
These
that?
guys are like way up in smoke.
Honored.
I ain't gonna lie.
But other than that, we're going to take a minute and try to put out another episode right behind this one, so we can keep banging them out and hopefully get to the point where maybe we're doing 2 a week or something like that, or having them be consecutive.
Please share, like, subscribe.
It's going to be big. We appreciate.
We want to keep it going, but we can't do it without you guys,
100%.
man.
And we appreciate what you've done for us so far. See you soon.
Thank you.
Oh man, that's another one.